of WTC's foundational pillars is to be engaged in our communities. We truly believe that success is measured by the well-being in our communities, and we want to be an integral part of that. And so the board of directors long ago has ensured that we want to make financial donations, we want to give our employees time for volunteering, we want to be involved in nonprofit boards or board of schools to be able to engage directly and affect the community.
So one of the most impactful projects we've been a part of recently was getting awarded the ADOPT grant through the Kansas Office of Broadband Development. And so what the goal of that grant is to provide free public Wi-Fi for unserved and underserved areas of the state of Kansas. So we identified a number of different locations to install public Wi-Fi. And when I say we identified, that means I went and had about 100 meetings in 15 days with all the different nonprofit leaders, community leaders, city, county, school, you name it. I talked to them and tried to evaluate what the needs were for Wi-Fi. So you get the money together, you get your budget together, and there's a matching component. We raised about $100,000 for the match. We are now in the process of deploying 124 access points across Manhattan, and that's all over. That's at Common Table that just moved to the Lincoln Education Center. That's at the current Breadbasket location that'll be moved to where the Breadbasket's moving later this year. That's at Be Able. That's at a bus stops around town. You know, internet is a utility. Internet's necessary to do schoolwork, to do telehealth, to apply for a job, to get benefits. And for those of us that have it and it works, it's great, but there's so many people that don't have access to reliable internet, and you can't participate in society today without internet.
Many of the people that are served by Common Table are the people that we really know in our community that live on the margins, basically. 1 in 6 individuals in our community are food insecure. So if you look at it in terms of the number of people that are struggling economically and have food insecurity, that tells you that we need to be doing some things differently to support people. And at least for Common Table and for many of the other organizations that are involved with providing services to marginalized populations, equity is really important. And so having access to the internet on a regular basis, just like everybody else, is an equity issue. It makes sure that everybody is treated fairly and equitably, and that's why it's important.
I think one thing that we recognize and measure, we want to be financially successful, yes, as a business, but I think leaving a legacy of impact in the community is just as important.
WTC is deserving of the Business Philanthropy Award because their commitment to community is one of the strongest of any of the businesses in town. The work that they have done in the community is so far-reaching. To have Wi-Fi throughout the community at public locations almost makes free Wi-Fi in our community ubiquitous. You can find it anywhere. You don't have to think about it. And so the fact that we're doing it now and knowing that it's available to everybody, regardless of their socioeconomic status, regardless of who they are, I think that is just the most generous gift that any company could give to the community.